So we're doing a quick demo for Bread and Butter. And to help you understand, this isn't just a dashboard. We help put your B2B marketing funnel on steroids. It helps you convert leads faster, helps you understand who your customers are, what they're interested in, and even helps you save an ad spend. So if you're sick of data that doesn't give real insight, you are in the right place. Twister here is one of our clients. They work in the regulated commercial cannabis space. And because it's a regulated space, they work really hard to drive traffic. They can't waste any opportunities. First thing you'll notice here in the app is a map. And so this map gives you a zoom out on who your customers are. This is customers from today, starting from this morning. And you can see that this is a global company. So they have quite a bit of visiting users from United States, within Canada, out in Europe, even out in India and Southeast Asia. We're even seeing some activity happen here in South America as well, and down in Australia. So one of the things that I'll say right off the bat is Bread and Butter helps you identify real people, not just sessions. Unlike many other analytic software that's out there right now, they only speak in sessions and cohorts. This really talks to real people, what they're really doing and what their real behavior is. So as we scroll down, let's take a look at the user profile. So you can see this is listing every type of visitor, regardless how little time they spent on your site, you're capturing everything. So this is a very holistic view. And let's stop over here at Colorado Springs. So in this profile here, this is a pre-lead conversion or pre-conversion lead, sorry. But what data you'll get right off the bat from a user profile is you're going to see that their source that they had come from was an organic visitor. They came from DuckDuckGo. They also landed on their homepage here. So they had searched up a question or whatnot on DuckDuckGo, and they were able to land on the homepage, which is great. They're also located out in Colorado Springs, which is in the United States. You see that they have one session here with 3 page views. The great thing about this is we give you all of this information, but you can dig in deeper if you would like to. So if we were to click on their profile here, you can see they came in at 9:27. They visited 3 pages. And so you're going to see a couple different things here that may not jump out to you really, really quickly, but they've gotten a lead score here from our lead score AI, and it's ranked at 5 out of 10. And so you're wondering, why are they a 5 out of 10 while this person up here doesn't have any ranking at all? And so part of the reason is because of their engagement. So what is interesting here is in a lot of platforms where you're trying to see time on page, it may list 5 minutes, it may last 6 minutes, but that may not be time that they're engaged on page. And so what we list here is 10 seconds of engagement time, 8 seconds of engagement time on this small batch, and 11 seconds of engagement time on this T6 trimmer. So you can see they're really trying to find the right machine, and they're spending real time engaging on the page. So this counts as mouse scrolling, clicking, moving around on the page, really interacting with the page, not just having a tab open, them going and leaving and getting a coffee. So this gives you a real indication of how much engagement this user has. So let me scroll back up and let's take a look at Focused. So Focus, what this is it gives you users that score 6 out of 10 above on the lead score AI bracket. So what that means is these are highly, highly engaged users. They can be ones that have converted like Ben here, or they could be ones that haven't converted like this organic visitor in Coos Bay, Oregon. Now you know which ones here are showing the highest level engagement. And what is interesting about this lead score AI is that it is ranking them based on previous engagement. So once you've installed this onto your site, the benchmark is setting it on their conversion or previous conversions and what it took users to convert. And now it's seeing similar attributes that users are having. So you may be an organic visitor who hasn't converted yet into a lead, but you're showing a lot of the same behaviors that previous ones have. And so you're going to start getting ranked high. And so this is done dynamically. This is not like a normal CRM where you place an arbitrary value on a page or a download or a PDF. This is actually dynamically changing all the time based on real conversions. and then any of the behaviors set in that. So that there's no more guessing when it comes to that value of that lead. And so we're going to click open Ben here, so you can take a look. This has, once again, is converted. You'll see that they have the email. You'll see where they came from. So they're organic through Google, and then what page they listed, they landed on when they did their first search. And so what you can see, I'm going to close this up real quick just so it makes it easier. You can see Ben has had quite a bit of engagement. Like we said here, it listed really quickly. It's 12 sessions with 4 to 6 page views. With what Bread and Butter can offer you is if you click onto this page, you can see they came in Google, came through their T4 page, they're investigated another page for 2 minutes. Once again, fully engaged. And that was back on the 12th. On the 3rd, the 13th, they came back through Google again, landed on the T4 page, still hadn't converted. They came back later on that day. So this was at 9:47. Now this is almost 3 p.m. No refer. They came now. They obviously know the direct website name because I visited it twice. They came back to the T4 page. They looked at another craft page, and then they started looking at GMP solutions, and this is where they had converted. So you can see what's interesting about this is in most applications, they'll tell you that they give you historical data on behaviors, but that's only on that one session. So for example, if this is the session where Ben had converted, you would only see that they'd come to the craft page and the T4 page, and that they wouldn't have any refer. So they would have typed in your domain directly. But you can see here, because it's a server-side application, we're able to track back the 2 previous sessions to give you a holistic view of how they found you. So one, you get a true idea of how they found you via source, but then also what other pages helped really convince them to come back for this time where they did convert. So you're getting a really holistic view, and this gives you an idea of what your customers are truly interested in, what truly gave them the reason of converting, and really help build that leverage of education. And so you're not going to get this with a lot of other places. Once again, this is the session where it would have kicked in for most places, but you would have missed these previous 2. Another thing to note is this icon right here. And so how did they convert? Bread and Butter offers you is it gives you turnkey tools to be able to install this application and integrate directly within your website without having to do any coding. So this is a no-code solution. You literally install it and it's up and running. It'll integrate with your forms, and you can turn on via a couple of checkboxes different applications. So you can gate content, you can have sign-ins, or integrate directly within forms. And once again, that's all basically checkboxes. So it's very, very simple to integrate into your site. You've gotten a chance to take a look at the users, the user profiles, how quickly they convert, but also what they've looked at, what their behavior was, where they came from. And so that's at a user state. So what if you wanted to see how they convert at a higher level state? So what you're looking at here is an attribution report of their conversions. What you can see at a very high level very quickly is where are your conversions coming from, which channels are bringing you the most conversions, and how are they performing in comparison to the previous time slot. So this is today versus yesterday, and then this is the last 7 days versus the previous 7 days, and then of the last 30 days versus the last 30 days prior. That right off the bat, they're getting a ton of conversions off of their organic search. And so that's really impressive. If they wanted to dive a little bit deeper, they can go ahead and do that. And they can see which channel are sending them the highest number of conversions, or where the highest number of conversions are performing from. And so you can also see that we have organic, social, even ChatGPT, which shows, that they've had some conversions come from that area as well. And then also direct and unspecified. This is all from first attribution. And so it gives you a good high performing idea on how this is really operating. And the great thing about this is because it's all historical behavior, not just current session, that first attribution really gives you a clear idea of where they initially first found you. Okay, so you have turnkey tools that we've gone over that help you convert your leads faster. We have user profiles that show historical behaviors, and then we have verified profiles to be able to show that as well. what they're interested in. And lastly, we have a high level attribution of your conversions to show you what, as a total, what users are performing and what channels are performing the highest. And so what's the next step? Well, what if you would like to convert users even faster? What if you want to do a little bit of outbound with them to be able to warm them up for your sales team? How can we do that? How can we set your sales team up for success? Well, what we have here is Nurture AI. Let's jump into that right now. So what we're looking at right now is Nurture AI. And even if you don't use this portion of the application, what Bread and Butter has already given you as far as understanding the user profiles, helping leads convert faster, understanding what source they came from a historical standpoint through multiple days, multiple hours, maybe even weeks, could even be a year. That is 100% more valuable than what you're getting out of a lot of platforms out there right now. But what Nurture AI does specifically great is it takes all of that information now, compiles it into one spot, adds a great summary, and then helps you supercharge by helping you warm your lead to be able to pass over to your sales reps and make the system move even faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to click over here to Saroon. And so Saroon, you can see here, is part of a company called Iridescent. And so they're located out in Bangkok. And what's interesting here is you get a company summary here that is provided by Nurture AI. This is not something you find online. It had done the research for you and then gives you a quick overview of what they're about. As you scroll down, it has already done the research on profile highlights of Saroon, what the expertise is, and then what different projects they may have worked on, and then obviously there's even more highlights that have been already researched for you. So this is saving you time to understand who the company is and then understand who the person is. Now you scroll down a little bit more, and this is showing the understanding of what are the pages that Saroon had visited. And so this right here is talking about GMP solutions. And so if you scroll down even more, it now is even showing you company highlights, so what has happened in the news with Iridescent, and then also staff that they may be working with. So why is this all important is because this is information that would be summarized or what would be provided by a rep that would have to do all of this research, but this is now done in moments. And then taking all of that information based on not just summaries that you find online, but what they have done on the actual page and what they seem to be most interested in, and then crafting a message, right? So in here right away, you can see that there's been 3 messages that have crafted. So it depends on what you're hoping to be able to speak to. So if I wanted to talk about GMP, I would click GMP and it would generate this message. Or if I wanted to talk about Marvel AI, I could click Marvel AI, and using all of these different elements, it is now pulling together a highly crafted message that really speaks to what they have visited, what their behaviors were on the site, but then also in conjunction with the company, what's important to them, what's important to Saroon based on his profile as well. And so Nurture AI really gets that to you in moments, and all you have to do is hit send. So that is hyper powerful. And once again, it's a holistic view of going from really uncloaked user all the way to understanding what the user is interested in, and then being able to reach out and warm them even more. So this is hyper valuable. Hope you guys enjoyed this demo. Thanks.